Hey, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be doing an interesting video, and it's another Did You Know video. For those of you guys who are new here, thank you very much for visiting, and I hope you guys will like what you see. And for those of you guys who are not new, I always appreciate when you guys are here. Did you know that your range is severely affected by the weather you're driving in? And the reason I'm doing this in the car right now is, let me show you. As you guys can tell, outside it's pouring, it's horrible, it's just a disgusting yuck weather. And what happens is, just like air is dense, so there's a density to air, there's also density to, well, water, rain. This affects your aerodynamics severely. And so this in turn affects your, well, range. That's something that most people don't understand. They kind of go down the path of trying to figure out, well, why am I not getting the range? You know, I'm still driving on a highway. It's still pretty straightforward. So what's happening? You see, what's happening is, because it's poor weather, there's more drag on the car, especially if you're on a highway, because now you're increasing your speed quite a bit. And by having your speed increased, you have your regular air as a drag to start with. Although Teslas are very aerodynamic, there's still air to, especially thicker air. And of course, when you have bad weather, the air itself tends to be a lot more thick. But now you're adding the element of rain to it. And because you're adding the element of rain to it, you're also creating much more friction. Hence, aerodynamics goes down quite a bit. This really impacts your range. And this is not just for, you know, all electric vehicles and EVs and stuff like that. This is literally for all types of vehicles. Air resistance equals less range. Bad weather, you're gonna have much more air resistance, which will have a greater effect on your range. The whole reason I'm doing this video is because it really does come down to this. A lot of people don't really understand what's going on when it comes down to the details, the small details. And that's really what's happening right now. It's not that hard to figure out. It's not difficult to figure out, but that is actually what's happening. I hope this video helped you guys to understand why your range drops so much in bad weather. I see a lot of you complaining, a lot of you asking questions about your range. Trust me, under ideal conditions, you will always have a decent range, or at the very least, the suggested range that Tesla says. I've done better than the suggested range, but that's because the weather itself was under perfect ideal conditions. But anytime you have more drag on the car, especially at higher speeds, you are going to reduce your range. That's a fact. So now let me ask you, as far as what you're imagining, where do you think you're losing range the most? A lot of you have come to me and said, well, even on a nice day, I've lost range. And of course, when that happens, that obviously can have a lot to do with the way that you yourself are driving. One pedal driving is beautiful, but a lot of people, they don't necessarily understand that you still have to be very soft on the pedal. And that includes especially days like these, like really bad, horrible days, because now you have even more to deal with. When it's all said and done, I think you guys will understand that your vehicle's range is actually very accurate when it comes to Tesla. I know a lot of people keep doing this battery health checks, your range test. You keep in mind, you can charge your car up to 100%, but it's still going to take into consideration your previous, let's say 50 kilometers or 100 kilometers or whatever it may be. And it shows how well you've driven, what your previous, your average watt hours per kilometer is, and it's still going to base it off that. So don't worry so much about range as much as worry about knowledge. Understand the fact that, your car is, your aerodynamics on a car really do matter. The weather severely matters. Even if it's just, let's say, the temperature, if it drops down to a certain amount, it's a colder weather and it's raining or snow or just thick air, all of that stuff is going to have a pretty decent impact on your battery. So how much impact would you say you have? I would say, from what I've been able to tell, I can lose approximately 20% on my battery on the same distance if I do, let's say, from a nice day to a horrible day, such as today. That's all I have for you guys for today. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'll see you guys in the comment section. Till then, drive safe, stay safe. Bye-bye.